Once again, welcome to the Village of Bartlett Committee of the Whole meeting for June 16, 2015. I call this meeting to order and ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Trustee Ahrens? Here. Hammer?
Here.
Carbonaro?
Here.
Daney?
Yes, here.
Hopkins?
Here.
Ranky?
Here.
President Wallace?
Here. The one item we have on our agenda this evening is under Planning and Zoning for Chairman Ranky.
Thank you, Mr. President. We have one item, Brewster Creek Business Park site plan and special use for building height. So with that, I'll turn it over to Mr. Plazinski.
Thank you, Trustee Ranky. The project is a project by a longtime property owner and builder in the Business Park Triumph development. They are proposing to build on what we call lot 4 and 6 for ACE relocation. It's a site plan and special use. This is a project that they had considered building on before, but got stalled. I'm sorry. This is not. I'm thinking of Greco. This is right at the corner of Rana. We've got another building coming in right here that you'll see soon, and I'm getting confused. This is still by Triumph, and they are asking for a special use for the height of the building to be 38 feet. And then our typical site plan review for a 50,000 square foot industrial building. The lot is 4.7 acres. As you can see, it's ACE relocation is as what they said, it's a relocation. They primarily do military relocation in and around this area, but they do regular moving too. This is a rendering of what the building would look like on that property, and typically it fits in with our normal concrete tilt-up block with the office in the corner industrial building. It's a rather nice-looking building. Triumph has built a number of buildings in the park and has done an excellent job throughout the years. It's showing some building elevations. There will be one drive-through door and 8 exterior docks. There will be a truck scale and 2 curb cuts along Heck Drive. There will be a landscaping plan that will incorporate all the requirements of our village's landscaping plan for the parking and perimeter. They require 61 spaces. They've identified 64 and 2 handicap spaces. There are 33 truck spaces for this space, for this site. Landscaping is currently being reviewed, as is engineering and lighting, and it is before you prior to moving on to the public hearing at the Plan Commission. Now I'll answer any questions that you may have. Jeff Duplo from the company is here in the audience if you have questions of him.
I have a question I'd like to ask. The additional 3 feet that will be used for, I would assume it would be used for stacking. Is that it? Can you explain just a little bit in depth for the members? For the
Jeff, can you come up to the microphone?
For his dumbbells?
Huh?
You're not putting any tanks or anything in there, right?
I'm still.
It's kind of a pod storage. By the way, I'm Jeff Dublo with Triumph. It's been quite a few years since I've had the privilege to be back up here. So
Welcome.
Economy's picked back up a little bit, and we're happy to be back in front of you guys. But it's basically pod storage. They'll come in, kind of like the pods you'll see in front of the houses. They'll come in, stack them on top of each other, and then pull them back out. So a 32-foot, they have a 32-foot clear height needed inside the building, which got us to the 38-foot tall building.
Didn't the Plan Commission recommend approval of a variation on a prior building?
Yes, we've had a couple of buildings who have received the special use for building height. Probably the most recent is Rhino Docks, which is now Access, and they are a legal storage company, and they had the same kind of stacking, and the Plan Commission did recommend, and the village board did approve it.
Do you remember, Jim, what that variance was?
Rhino Docks actually is much taller than this. I think Rhino Docks went up to 48 feet.
You think our building height restrictions are too stringent, perhaps? If everybody has to keep coming in and then asking for relief, maybe we should
Slows the
consider
process down a little.
raising the roof, so to speak?
It's a good question because there are a lot of people that are having this additional stacking. Some can build within it, and some like company like this that has a lot of inside storage asks for the extra. Building has been down in the industrial park, so we have only really approved, there was really only 2 buildings that have been built in the last couple of years. One asked for a special use and one built within the confines of the existing, and now Jeff's the second one asking. So it's something we could look at.
What's happening, if you don't mind me speaking, what's happening is everybody's trying to find that extra resale, and it used to be 30-foot clear height. Was, when this park first came on, a 30-foot structural clear height inside the building was what everybody thought they wanted, which 35 achieved it then. And then probably over the last 4 years, the new term 32-foot clear height came along, which then bumps it over to 35-foot. So
What I remember-
more and more buildings are being built right now at 32-foot, which is getting it over to 35 feet.
But I remember specifically, that's a good point, that, but I remember the commission had talked about wanting to review what the uses may be, so consequently they would have to come before us, and they just want to have the pulse on that. But, judging from what I'm hearing this evening, maybe they should look at building heights, see if that shouldn't be changed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that would be the best thing to do.
Yeah, personally, I think it's, if we could change that, you have better things to do this evening, don't you?
I just may remind you that we also looked at doing a staff review of the site plan, so that if you did the special use, increase the height of the special use and change the ordinance to allow staff to just do the site plan, then this would be done as a building permit and staff review only.
Well, that sounds like something we can talk about on another night. So changing the zoning ordinance.
I think what I'm hearing is you would like us to bring back the whole notion of increasing that height and talk about a change to that.
Yes,
Sure.
absolutely.
Do that.
What is your timing around this? Is this being impeded at all by this slowdown?
They need to move in at the end of November, so it's still, the way we worked it out, and I met with Jim early on to see the timing-wise, and it did fall in on this project where we're fine.
Okay.
I'm actually working on another one right now that if it happens, it's going to be the same clear height. So I'll be back in front of you possibly in a few months doing the same thing.
Hopefully we'll have it changed by then.
Yes.
All right.
I had a hard time looking at the location map and judging how big the adjacent lots are. They're both kind of irregular shapes. Are they both buildable?
This is an area that Rana Pasta is located in.
Okay.
And Rana has purchased all of this to this location and will soon come in to us for a site plan amendment and building addition. Okay. We've been talking to them. And as a matter of fact, Rana wanted at one time to buy all of this, but because Jeff's company had already sold this, that they're going to buy this much. And then that will leave this corner lot, which is a pretty close to similar size, 4.7 for Jeff to build another building there.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Any other questions or comments? So then we'll forward this on to the village board.
Plan Commission.
Plan Commission. Plan Commission.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all for planning and zoning tonight, Mr. President.
Thank you, Chairman Ranky. And that is all for the committee of the whole meeting. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. Moved by Trustee Cameron, seconded by Trustee Carbonaro. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Aaron's?
Yes.
Camera?
Yes?
Carbonaro?
Yes.
Daney?
Yes.
Hopkins?
Yes.
Ranky?
We're adjourned.